My beloved brothers and sisters, today we speak about something that touches the hearts of many, finding a good boy. So often, people ask, where can I find a good boy? As though goodness were hiding behind a curtain somewhere, waiting to be discovered. But let us pause for a moment and reflect, what does good truly mean? You see, goodness is not about how someone looks, what car they drive, or how many compliments they can give. A truly good person is one whose heart is connected to their Creator, whose manners are gentle, whose words are kind, and whose actions reflect sincerity and respect. That is goodness. My brothers and sisters, before searching for that good boy, ask yourself, am I striving to be good myself? Because two hearts that are pure will recognize one another. When your intentions are clear and your faith is strong, the right person will come at the right time. It's not about rushing, it's about trusting. The concept of finding a good boy begins with defining what good truly means in the eyes of faith and character, not worldly standards. In our modern world, the idea of goodness has often been reshaped by society's perceptions, how someone dresses, how much they earn, how many followers they have, or how charming they appear in public. Yet when we look deeper, we realize that these are merely outward impressions, not the true measure of a person's worth. The reality is, a person's goodness cannot be captured by their appearance or their social standing. It is reflected in the state of their heart, their manners, and their relationship with their Creator. When we say someone is good, we must ask ourselves, good according to whom? Is it good according to the fleeting opinions of people? Or good according to the principles that bring lasting peace and righteousness? From a spiritual perspective, goodness is rooted in sincerity, humility, and integrity. A good person fears wrongdoing not because of public shame, but because they are conscious of accountability before their Creator. They strive to be honest even when no one is watching, to be kind even when it brings them no benefit, and to be respectful even when faced with disrespect. Too often, people are drawn to external traits, handsome looks, eloquent speech, or worldly success, mistaking them for signs of goodness. But outer beauty fades, wealth fluctuates, and status can be lost overnight. True goodness, on the other hand, endures because it stems from a clean heart and strong values. The person who prays sincerely, who speaks truthfully, who honors his parents, and who treats others with compassion. This is someone who carries the light of goodness within. Moreover, defining goodness through faith reminds us that it is not a label someone can wear for convenience. It is a lifestyle, a consistent effort to do what is right even when it is difficult. A good boy is not one who merely appears polite in public but disrespects others in private. He is someone whose conduct remains steady regardless of the setting, because his conscience guides him more than the approval of people. When you seek a good boy, look beyond charm and appearance. Look for character that is tested, manners that are constant, and a heart that remembers its Creator. For goodness is not found in perfection, but in the consistent pursuit of righteousness, sincerity, and compassion in all aspects of life. True goodness is reflected in one's actions, manners, and relationship with the Creator. It is easy to claim goodness with words, but true goodness manifests through consistent behavior and sincerity of heart. A person may speak kindly, but if their actions betray selfishness or arrogance, their goodness becomes a false aid. Real goodness is something that flows naturally. It cannot be forced, imitated, or performed for the sake of others. It is deeply rooted in how a person treats those around them, especially when there is nothing to gain in return. When someone's relationship with their Creator is strong, it shapes their entire character. Such a person becomes conscious of their words, mindful of their responsibilities, and gentle in their dealings. They understand that kindness is not a favor but a duty. They know that every action, no matter how small, is seen by the Almighty. This awareness transforms the way they behave, with honesty, with humility, and with compassion. A truly good boy will not simply appear good in public, but will carry the same integrity behind closed doors. He will be respectful to his parents, gentle with his siblings, and considerate toward those who serve him. His goodness will not depend on who is watching, because his intention is to please his Creator, not to impress people. Good manners, too, are a mirror of one's inner goodness. A person with refined manners understands the power of gentle words and respectful silence. They do not belittle others, nor do they respond to harshness with arrogance. Instead, they maintain dignity and patience even when tested. Such conduct reveals a maturity of faith, a realization that goodness is not proven in moments of ease, but in times of difficulty. How one behaves under pressure says far more than how one behaves when life is comfortable. Goodness in action is also about consistency. It is easy to be kind once in a while, but genuine goodness shows in the everyday moments: the smile to a stranger, the forgiveness after being hurt, the restraint when anger rises. A good person does not select who deserves kindness. They give it freely, understanding that every act of goodness returns to them multiplied. Ultimately, the relationship between goodness and faith cannot be separated. When the heart is connected to the Creator, it becomes soft, sincere, and just. From such a heart flow deeds that bring peace, manners that inspire trust, and actions that leave a mark of light wherever the person goes. Many people look for perfection in others while ignoring the importance of self-reflection and inner growth. It is a common mistake to believe that the ideal partner should come ready-made, flawless in character, perfect in manners, and complete in faith. People often have long lists of what they want in someone else, but rarely stop to ask whether they themselves embody those very qualities. The truth is, everyone has weaknesses, and expecting perfection in another person while neglecting to improve oneself is neither fair nor realistic. Growth in relationships begins with self-awareness, and self-awareness begins with humility. When one constantly searches for the perfect person, disappointment is inevitable. Perfection does not exist in this world. Only the Almighty is perfect. What we should seek instead is compatibility in goodness and the willingness to grow together. A good boy will have flaws just as a good girl will. The key is not to find someone without faults, but to find someone whose faults you can handle with patience and whose strengths uplift you. Self-reflection teaches us to look inward, to recognize our own shortcomings, and to work on becoming the kind of person who would attract the goodness we desire. Often people are so focused on judging others that they forget to nurture their own souls. They may say, "I want someone kind, honest, and faithful," yet their own words may be harsh, their patience short, or their prayers neglected. The journey of finding a good person is not separate from the journey of becoming one. When you purify your intentions, strengthen your character, and seek closeness to your Creator, you naturally draw people of similar hearts. Like attracts like, goodness recognizes goodness. Self-reflection also protects one from unrealistic expectations. It reminds us that every human being is a work in progress. Instead of demanding perfection, we should look for effort. Does the person try to improve? Do they admit their mistakes and seek forgiveness? These qualities are far more valuable than external perfection. The humble person who strives to better themselves is far more deserving than the one who appears perfect but lacks sincerity. Inner growth requires honesty with oneself. It means confronting habits, attitudes, and behaviors that hinder one's ability to build healthy relationships. It means asking, am I patient? Am I forgiving? Am I dependable? Through such questions, one grows into someone capable of nurturing love and peace. The more one refines their own heart, the clearer their vision becomes in recognizing genuine goodness in others. A good relationship begins with sincerity, patience, and trust in divine timing. Many people rush into relationships hoping to find instant happiness, forgetting that anything built in haste often lacks stability. True relationships are not about quick emotions or surface-level attraction. They are about building something meaningful, something rooted in honesty and guided by faith. Sincerity is the foundation because it ensures that the intention behind the relationship is pure. When a person approaches love with sincerity, they are not looking for temporary excitement, but lasting companionship built on mutual respect, kindness, and understanding. Sincerity means being genuine in what you say and do. It means not pretending to be someone you are not just to impress another. A sincere heart does not manipulate or deceive. It speaks truthfully, acts responsibly, and honors promises. When both individuals are sincere in their intentions, the relationship naturally grows in trust. Without sincerity, even the most charming words lose their meaning, and even the most beautiful connection weakens with time. A good boy will not only be sincere in his words, but also in his actions. He will mean what he says, and his consistency will reflect his character. Patience plays a vital role in building and maintaining any relationship. Many people desire love but are unwilling to wait for it to unfold naturally. They become restless, forcing situations or rushing decisions, only to realize later that what is rushed rarely lasts. Patience allows time for hearts to understand one another, for trust to form, and for intentions to be tested. It helps one endure moments of doubt or difficulty without giving up. True love requires the ability to wait, not in idleness, but in preparation. It means using that waiting period to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, so that when the right person comes, you are ready to embrace them with maturity and wisdom. Trust in divine timing ties sincerity and patience together. It is the understanding that every heart has its appointed time, and what is meant for you will never miss you. Many people lose peace by constantly comparing their timeline to others, forgetting that the Almighty's plan is perfect in every delay and every answer. Trusting divine timing means surrendering control and believing that when the time is right, things will align effortlessly. A relationship that begins with sincerity, grows with patience, and rests upon divine trust is one that stands firm even through trials, because it is built not on desperation but on faith. The pursuit of a good person should align with the pursuit of becoming a good person yourself. Many people spend so much energy searching for the right person that they forget to ask whether they are ready to be the right person. They look outward hoping to find goodness in someone else. They yet neglect to nurture that same goodness within their own heart. True love and lasting companionship are not found by chance. They are built through shared values, compatible character, and mutual growth. When you focus solely on what you want, you may overlook what you need to become. But when you work on becoming a better version of yourself, you naturally attract those who reflect that same energy and sincerity. Goodness attracts goodness. It is a simple truth of life. What you carry within you will often be mirrored back to you through the people you meet. If you are honest, kind, and patient, you will recognize and value those traits in others. If your heart is pure and your intentions are sincere, you will draw people who are drawn to sincerity. The search for a good boy should never begin with a checklist of external traits, but with a deep question of self. Am I embodying the same goodness I hope to find? This mindset changes everything because it shifts the focus from desire to development. Becoming a good person requires consistent effort. It means purifying your intentions, controlling your temper, learning humility and nurturing faith. It means respecting others even when they disagree with you and being honest even when it is uncomfortable. These small acts of goodness build the foundation of your character, and that foundation will support your relationships. The person who is anchored in goodness does not depend on others for validation. They offer love from a place of strength, not neediness, because their heart is already content with who they are. When you prioritize becoming good, your standards also become clearer. You begin to value depth over appearance, consistency over charm, and respect over attention. You stop chasing people and start attracting the right ones naturally. You understand that a relationship built on shared goodness will withstand trials, while one built on shallow attraction will crumble under pressure. The journey to finding a good person is, therefore, inseparable from the journey of self-improvement. The more you refine your heart, the closer you come to finding someone whose heart beats with the same light and sincerity.